Yo, this your boy Stay Fly Thrash of Thrash Bespoke, and today we here giving y'all a game, opening it up a little bit, talking about different things that help me get to where I'm at, things about my past that you may want to know, and giving some tutorials on things and giving, giving a little bit of knowledge. I believe in passing the information forward and, doing the right thing. So never being a gatekeeper because y'all people ain't no good. But yeah, here we go. Growing up in Georgia influenced my style in many ways. One, I'm from the country, so you'll see a lot of like Western wear and a lot of my designs. I wear a lot of cowboy boots and Western shirts and jackets and things like that, Western belts. It's really important to me to like really stay true to my roots and my culture. The florals and patterns and plaids and things like that are very unique. Those are things that I just kind of have picked up over on the way from other places I visited, other places I just kind of been curious about. Really into Ivy style, so that's where a lot of the plaids and patterns and colors come from. That I felt that it was a way of kind of like kicking down the door of like places that I necessarily weren't welcome in when I was young. And I feel like this is me kind of taking it and making it my own thing. So that's where a lot of the Ivy style comes in at, because I definitely wasn't an Ivy League. I definitely wasn't an Ivy League person, but I was an athlete, and the sporting aspect of Ivy League schools is something that resonates with me. So you also see a lot of athletic kind of things, whether it's like my Letterman jacket that I wear all the time and things like that, or incorporating sneakers with suits and things like, like that all kind of is telling to that type of stuff. I moved to LA almost 13 years ago. The day after Thanksgiving is my anniversary. So it'll be 13 years this November, whatever the day after Thanksgiving is gonna be. The biggest challenge I faced moving from South Carolina to LA was the culture shock of how fast things move. Like, I'm from the South, everything moves kind of slow. I thought that I was hustling before I moved to LA. Man, I got here and I learned that there was a whole nother level that you could be, turned up to. But I acclimated pretty fast and pretty quickly. I've always been one of those people, like I learn quickly, and I know how to just get in where I fit in and figure things out. So even the people that I first started hanging out with when I moved out here, like we meshed so easily because I'm a very observative person, and I peep game and I pay attention to the details of things, and I know how to, I know how to kind of fit into the grooves and, move fluently. So it wasn't as bad of a transition, but it was definitely almost like a culture shock. But I actually kind of fit in pretty easily. Yeah. Ooh, a moment in my life where I felt like I truly made it. This might sound bad, but I'm a very tough critic for myself. So even the accomplishments that I have had that have been pretty sizable, I always think of what is next and how much greater the things that I have planned are gonna be. It's like I never really view them being as big as they are, because I know that there's still other levels that I have to achieve that I haven't reached yet. So that can be crippling almost, because I'm almost never satisfied with things that I accomplish. I think that I'm in a beautiful space of being a part of generations that appreciates the things that came before us, but also not being afraid to embrace the things that are coming now and coming in the future. So even though my design aesthetic tends to be a lot more traditional in design, maybe not in the choices of fabrics and patterns, but as far as the design is very traditional and timeless. But I'm starting to play with other silhouettes of things, like when I do like the oversized shorts or the wide leg tuxedo pants with the crop blazers. Those are things that I'm being more open to exploring nowadays that I typically wouldn't have been in the past. But I appreciate being in this generation to where I'm not like the old heads who are so stuck in their ways, but I'm not like these young cats who are just doing anything just for social media and all the, all the stuff that comes with that. So I love being in that balance of being able to be on both sides of that. A typical day in the life of a fashion designer in LA for me looks very different every day. It could be me hanging out with friends just to feed off of energy, just to have brainstorming sessions. It could be me having ideas in my head and waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and coming to my desk to sketch out a design that I can't get off my mind, so I can't even go to sleep. It looks like having multiple visits to the tailor to get that perfect fit for myself or for a client. Spending hours in fabric stores searching through fabrics to find like that perfect fit for what a client's looking for. There's so many different things that I deal with, and no 2 days are the same. So that's really a hard question for me to answer, because there's so many different elements, and some of them I may need to do more than some others. Yeah. So when it comes to a client coming to me with an idea, most times I've been told by a friend of mine that what I do is literally a gift, which it took me a while to realize and understand what he meant by that. But for me, most things translate instantly. For example, this couch, right? When I was designing this living room, I found this couch and I was like, I need a contrasting color rug. So I went with a green rug. Like it just certain things just make sense to me. I don't really have to overthink too much about it. So if a client comes to me with an idea, whatever the idea is, I take that idea and whatever it triggers in my mind, I find a way to kind of merge those together to be sequential in a sense. Oh, I don't know. I'm a very open book, so there's probably not too much that I haven't shared. I think the most memorable moment that I have in fashion and in LA is when I had the chance to work with Prince, and I was kicked out of our dress rehearsal for making eye contact with him. The advice I would give to emerging wardrobe designers is to create with no limitations. Go balls to the wall, and then dial it into what actually is more consumable and makes more sense. But if you don't do it that way, then you end up creating something that's not genuinely you. But when you can create freely and do the most, then you wind it back and dial it back into what's more consumable. One, I don't have very much self-doubt. Two, creative blocks. I take my time. I don't force things. I feel like I said, it's an art to everything that we do, and sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you're not feeling creative. You have other things that are going on in life that may be more important at the time. It may be something that's where you have to take a step back because you're not going to be able to produce your best product at that time. And being able to notice that and understand that and diagnose that about yourself allows you to be able to kind of take a step back. And when you revisit it, you can revisit it from a better place. So for me, that's how I approach those types of things. I literally have a very calming personality where you will very rarely see me kind of get out of character or like raise my voice or yell or anything like that. Like I don't really operate like that because I understand that I have to be in a calm state to be able to communicate properly and to operate properly. There's a quote that I love that I live by, and it says that you've made it through 100% of the hard times that you didn't think you'd make it through. And ever since I read that quote, it's helped me like stay calm, even in the most obscene situations. It's helped me stay calm and understand that whatever I'm dealing with now is only temporary because I'm still here. All of that other stuff in the past that I was dealing with that I didn't think I'd make it through, obviously I still made it through because I'm still here to this day. So anything moving forward I'm always looking at it from the aspect of it's all temporary. Honestly, I don't really have one, but if I had to choose someone, it would probably be, for some reason, like the person that's coming to mind is like LeBron for me. Like, I think LeBron wears clothes very well. I think he has good style personally, not just a stylist. You know what I mean? I think he genuinely has good style, and I think he actually wears clothes well. So maybe LeBron. Shit. I think Adam Sandler would be a very hard person for me to work with. I think I love Adam Sandler, but style-wise, I think he's so carefree about the way that he dresses that he'd drive me nuts. I think he'd drive me nuts. I think one of the biggest things that I'm most excited about right now is my children's book that I'm working on right now. It's about my son, him finding his love for suits. Like, I'm more excited about that than some of the other like really big projects that I have with like celebrity clients and TV appearances and things like that. I'm way more excited about this children's book because, one, being a parent is so important to me, and being a good present father is so important, that I love doing things that shed light on that and spark that same fuel for other dads and other parents in general to do similar things like that that are going to affect our younger generation coming up. How do I balance work and personal life? I think I don't do a very good job, to be honest with you. It's tough because once you become an entrepreneur and a creative, like, we don't have traditional work hours. So I could work really long hours. I could work really short hours if I accomplish everything that I need to do, you know what I'm saying, in time. As far as personal life, I learned that certain things are a lot more important than work. Like when I end up having my child, I had to learn to schedule his life before my work life. And that's how I was able to be a better parent, be a lot more present. Because before, when I first had him, I was still trying to operate how I was used to operating as just a regular guy. And I was realizing that I wasn't being as present as I needed to be. And I realized I had to make way for what he needed first, and then figure everything out around that. And which I hadn't previously been doing when he first came, because like, one, it was something super new. I didn't like, there isn't a playbook to being a parent. So that's something I had to learn. I love to have a boy and a girl. I have a son now. I love to have a little girl, but I mean, if I don't end up having another child, I'll be okay. If I do, lovely. But I think having a daughter would balance things out. I think it'll soften me up a lot more than what my son did. My son definitely softened me up a lot. I think having a daughter would soften me up even more. Because me and my son would be tearing shit up. We'd be kicking ass and taking names. That's all we got for you today. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment as well. And I'll see y'all next time.